And on the hill, Cade Cavalli. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do, to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Wastes no time there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Kyle Tucker, a.k.a. King Tuck, to the plate now.
Ball inside.
And the 1-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
On a line. And there's 1 down. Take a look at the lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball. Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
And that skips in the dirt. Top of the zone for a called strike.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Lyle gets under it, makes the grab.
Batting fourth, first baseman Freeman.
Next to the dish is Freddie.
Hey!
The 0-2. Now there's a bullet down the line. And foul ball. Good job to fight that one off. Into center. And that'll fall for a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
That's a ball.
Two on, 2 outs. That one found hard the other way. The 1-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2-1 now. In the air, left field. Lyle on the move. He's got it, and that is that. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. And now the Nats get their first opportunity. There's no score. We go to the bottom of the first. And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What should we keep an eye on here?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at bat.
James Wood digging in for the Nationals.
Ball 1. Nope, outside.
The 2-1. Right through there for a strike.
That's ball
Just
3.
missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Three-two now. Got him. 1 away.
Batting second. First
As we
baseman,
take a look at the Nationals lineup. Singy, we're looking at a young lineup here. Not much experience, but they're going to bring a lot of energy to the field.
Yeah, and that's just it, Boog. We expect this lineup to play hard no matter what. They are an exciting group to watch.
Ball 1.
The 1-0.
Nope, that's inside.
That one missed. There's the strike. 3-1. Inside ball 4.
First base.
batting third baseman, Brady House.
Man at first. Up now for Washington, Brady House. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. That's in there, and it's 0-2. Got him. Now 2 out.
Batting fourth, left fielder, Dalen Lyle.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And it's 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Yamamoto sends him packing. So one left for Washington. Scoreless after one. New inning getting started, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Max Muncy. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Kind of muffed that strikeout pitch right there. I'm not sure if he got crossed up or tied up, but either way, good composure to recover and finish the out at first. That's a play you could easily panicked on and throw into right field.
All one.
The 1-0.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Boog, our man Daryl Parker, DP, at home plate for this one. Pretty average size strike zone, but the book on him is that it sort of moves around. You can't always count on how he's going.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. And that's an infield single despite a great effort at shortstop. Yeah, he's one of those umpires that I have to see make his call on a borderline pitch before I start making my call. Like you said, it's not always predictable, but it's pretty fair for the most part. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Checks over to first, back safely. Line drive, and it stays fair. Hernandez coming home. The relay to the plate. He's safe, and it's 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. It's always fun to see a double rip down the line. That one just barely stayed fair, so that was a good call by the umpire. He was all over it.
Man at second.
Ball.
Jackknifes out of the way.
Aye.
One out, the runner at second here at the top of the second. Pitch misses. Full count now. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Three and 2 now. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Victor base.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Alex Call.
First and second, one out. Alex Call digs in now. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. That one fouled off. Two on, one out. In the dirt, blocked.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
The 1-1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
2-1 now, 2 aboard. Way out front for strike 2. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout.
At left for the Dodgers, right fielder Howard Tucker.
Ball 1
Nope,
there.
that's a ball.
1-0 count. Look for him to be aggressive here. You got some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake and put some runs up on the board.
In the air, right field. Weimer under it. And that is that. One for the Nationals on this RBI double. It's now 1-0. Back here in Nationals Park. Bottom half of inning number 2. Joey Weimer digging in for the Nationals. To the right side. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, and they get it.
He's out.
The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
April.
Lifted in the air down the left side. That's out number 2.
Batting 7th, second baseman Nasim Nunez.
And now up for Washington, Nasim Nunez. This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball.
Hey!
Two down, nobody on.
Ball down.
Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
That was the emergency hack right there.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back in Washington, D.C. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts.
Nope. Outside.
Outside
Ball 2.
low. Ball 2.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Hey!
Pitch
That's ball
misses
three.
there. Ball 3.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Got him looking for the K. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Let's go, Cade.
Inside ball.
Like I said, his pitch count is high, so I got to expect they'll be turning to their bullpen sooner than they had hoped.
That clips the zone, and that is strike 1. Drilled out towards left center field. That one carrying. Out of here into the visitors bullpen. He flexes his power with that swing, and they tack one on the board. It's 2-0.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
1 down. Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. First pitch swinging. Yeah, that's fouled off. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Out on the drop, 3rd strike, 2 gone.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Ball 1, no strikes. Two down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-1. Swings through that. Next offering is in the dirt. And now
That's
it's
ball
3-2, and this is a good example of the type of at-bat that Muncy can deliver. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Next, for the Dodgers, left fielder Teoscar Hernandez.
Runner at first with 2 away. And next for LA, Teoscar Hernandez. Reached on an infield single his first time.
Ball, that's outside.
Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. That one off the mark, and it's 2-0. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Close
Nope.
one doesn't get the call. And that's ball 3. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. They take the force out. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. Nats draw just a bit closer thanks to the solo home run. And it's 2-zip. As we go to the last of the 3rd. Up now for Washington, Jacob Young. Trying to bunt his way on. And that's a foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And the 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
The 0-1. There's a strike. And that skips in the dirt. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Nationals, designated hitter.
So the Nats lineup turns over. James Wood, the next to hit, struck out swinging his first time.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Here we go, James.
Late swing, foul to the left. Late with the swing there.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
Just misses with that one.
Executed that pitch very nicely, just missed with it.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And he hits a ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They trail it here 2-0. As we go to the top of the 4th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Carrying well. Out of here. All muscle to center field, and they add a run. It's 3-0.
They wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it. So you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
And the 1-0. Out towards right center field. Nunez should have this one. Then there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Alex Call.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Next is the designated hitter, Alex Call. And
That's
that
a ball.
misses. And that's ball 1. Foul ball.
Ball, that's inside.
That one fouled off. 2-2.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
The 2-2. Next
Ball
offering
3.
misses down and away. And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Cade Cavalli done for the day, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for the
A new
Nationals,
pitcher in the game, P.J.
number
Poulin.
50,
This is his 5th
P.J.
appearance of the year.
Poulin.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. That one to first. Feeds to second. Out there. What a double play that was. Inning over. But the Nationals get one back on the solo homer. It's now 3-0. Back here in Nationals Park. Bottom of the 4th, Curtis Mead digging in for the Nationals. This one in the air, center field. Pages under it. He's there. He's got it. One up, one down.
Up next for the Nationals, third baseman, Brady House.
Fastball for a strike. That one the other way. That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Up next for the Nationals.
So digging in, Dalen Lyle struck out swinging his first time.
Ball, that's low.
Lyle, 23 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2021. Fouled off left side. Swings through it for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7.
For the Nationals, right fielder,
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. First pitch misses. On the ground, Freeman slings to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Nationals leave 1, still down 3-0. Back in Washington, D.C., we go to the top of the 5th. Mookie Betts steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Close, but call the ball. And that's ball 1. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. And there's a foul ball. Stays alive. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, first baseman Freeman.
Near high, that's in for a strike. And a big swing and a miss. Got him. That's the second out.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. P.J. Poulin won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Ken
Nationals,
Waldichuk on the pitch out of the pen here.
52.
He's into the game with the bases empty. The batter now will be Will Smith.
Catcher, Will
Taken high in the
Smith.
draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Ripped on the ground to second. Handles, throws to first, And they get the out on Smith. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Nationals nothing. Back here in Nationals Park, bottom of the inning, C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. And that one hammered. Yeah, foul ball.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
That one misses. Ball one. Inside, almost got him. The Dodgers leading by 3, last half of inning number 5. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Nationals, center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, Jacob Young. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Aye.
2 down, nobody on. Bunting, and it's in the air. Save! Fantastic effort, but that extends the inning.
Maybe a little small ball is exactly what the doctor ordered to rev up this offense, and they've been pretty quiet all game, so maybe this wakes them up a bit and helps them get on the board.
In there at the knees. Young off of first with 2 away. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, 0-2 now. Upstairs.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
No,
yeah, that's
inside.
Off the inside edge. And the count is even, 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that K brings him into double digits for the game. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. You're dialed into the show. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Third baseman, Max Muncy.
And
Ball,
ball
that's
one.
too high.
The Nationals have some action going in the pen. Andre Granillo preparing to come on if needed. The lefty, the 1-0.
Ball 2.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Pitch
Ball.
misses there, and the count's full. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Dodgers, left fielder Teoscar Hernandez.
That's hard hit on the line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered in this game.
Ball, that's inside.
One out, the runner at second, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Check swing called strike. That is strike 2. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Man at second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 away.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on.
It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Man on second, 2 down. He boots it. Still able to fire over,
Safe,
but
he's
it's
good.
not in time. Base hit.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter Alex Call.
So back to the top of the order, and now the DH, Alex Call.
Inside, ball one.
Corners are occupied with 2 down.
Ball, that's down.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes.
Hey,
That's
two.
a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. That one
Ball,
missing
that's
inside.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. There's a swing and a drive. On its way. Gone. He doinks it off the foul pole. So he goes yard to left. And they boost their lead. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Ball, that's outside.
Two down, nobody on. In the air to left center. Lyle has a beat on it, reaching for it, and brings it in. But the Nationals strike for 3, all coming via this 3-run homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Bottom of the 6th inning, and here's the DH for Washington, James Wood.
You know, these Nationals, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Swings through that one. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he keeps putting up the Ks. That's number 11.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time. Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
This one in the air, right field. Fair ball. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
And foul ball. Man at first, 1 away. And a swing and a miss.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
0-2 now. Way
Ball
high.
1.
Me leads off first with 1 away. Right through there, got him. And he's up to 12 strikeouts on the day.
Left fielder,
Dalen Lyle digging in for the Nationals. Going one.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Nationals, right fielder, Joey Weaver.
That's in there. Strike 1. Two on, 2 outs. Foul ball there. Here's the 0-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The 0-2. In the air, left field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. The Nats trying to get back into this one here in the bottom of the 6th. Outside low. Going to count 1 and 2. Popped up. He's got it, and that is that. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Back after this on the show. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Ken Waldichuk departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Andre Granillo.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now. But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. And that's it for a strike. And it's 0-2. Granillo, a 6'4" righty. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a changeup, and he works in a sinker. That one missed.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
The 1-2. On the ground to first. Mead to second. A sensational double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, And the middle infielder throwing to a moving target, everything has to be perfect. And right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Base is empty after the double play. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout.
Yep, that ball went out.
Come on, Andre.
2 down, nobody on.
Hey.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Got him. That's out number 3. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Back in Washington, D.C., set for the last half of the 7th, C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals. Oh, that got away from him.
That ball hit him.
And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
For the Nationals, second baseman, Nunez.
Ball.
The Dodgers have some action in their pen. Number 78 appears to be getting loose. Henriquez warming up as well.
Hey.
The Dodgers up big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
That's a ball.
Here's a 2-1. Just
Inside,
off the
ball
inside
3.
edge. And that's through there for a strike. 3-2 now.
There he goes.
Checks his swing. Appeal to third. Nope, he held back.
For the Nationals, center fielder, Jacob.
And the Dodgers will go to the bullpen. Yoshinobu Yamamoto out of the game. Great effort out of him as he exits in line for the win. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Number 78. He's making his second appearance of the season. So up next, Jacob Young, 1 for 2.
In this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Here comes the 0-1.
Ball. That pitch is out.
Abrams at second. Nunez at first with no outs. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in. He's safe as he gets his hand in. It's 6-1.
Comes through with the RBI. That one was smoke coming off the bat, and it looked like there might have been a close play at the plate. Good job of base running, rounding third, making sure he could come in and score that run.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a foul ball. Now the 0-1. Ground ball right side, could be 2. To second, that's 1. On to Freddie.
He's out.
Double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Back to the top of the order. James Wood getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. Have to say, he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
Ball.
When you think about it, he may be in the league for the next 10 or 15 years. And a swing and a miss there.
Ball, that's in.
2-2 now. Struck him out swinging. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So it may be too little too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. Back here in Nationals Park, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Max Muncy.
Yeah.
Comes up empty.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Swing and a ground ball. Tosses to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Up next for the Dodgers, left fielder Teoscar Hernandez.
Hey. Ball 1. Ball 2.
Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now here is Andy Pajes. And that skips in the dirt. Strike 2.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman Alex
Here
Freeman.
comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Andre Granillo is done, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
CNL
Nationals,
Perez
number
on the pitch here.
51.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Freeman
That's a
at
ball.
the plate now. That's ball 1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Here's a 2-0. This one in the air, center field. Young moving under this one, and that'll do it. So the Dodgers lead one. They lead it though 6-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now up for Washington, Curtis Mead.
Curtis Mead.
Hey!
Check swing. He went. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Going one. Mead on at first, nobody out. There's a swing and a miss. Outside
That's ball
low.
2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And there's a ball. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles, and maybe they've got something going here, trying to get back into this one.
Here's the left fielder, Dalen Lyle, 1 for 3. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Edwin Diaz, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Henriquez also getting ready. 0-1. And that's outside.
Out.
That one fouled off. The Nationals down 5, trying to battle back here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Lifted in the air, right center field. Can't reach it. This should score at least 1. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where he could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Number 78 gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the Dodgers,
Tanner Scott
number
taking
66,
over on the mound.
Tanner
Well,
Scott.
no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute 1 pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And the slider
that's just
just
out.
misses.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Hernandez gets there, he's under it, brings it in. Runners tag up from second and third. The tag, see, in comes the run from third to trim the lead. Here's C.J. Abrams now.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is I want to stay square to the plate. Try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Fastball is outside. Runners are at the corners, one away. Swing and a pop-up. That's a base hit as a run scores. Not in time. He's safe. Miguel Rojas coming into the game now as the injury replacement.
Number 72, Miguel Rojas.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
On the ground to third, and that chance handled. Rojas for one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Next to hit for the Nats, Jacob Young.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And the pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Two aboard, two outs. On the ground to third, Muncy. And that'll keep more runs from coming in, inning over. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. Through 8 full, it's the Dodgers 6 and the Nationals 3.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Alex Cole.
Fouled off left side. Ripped, but it curls foul. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Here's Kyle Tucker. To the right side, Nunez. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop Mookie Betts.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. Next offering is fouled back. That one almost got him. Two down, nobody on. Damn! Outside pitch got the better of him that time. Dodgers go down quietly as they're unable to add to their 6-3 lead.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Edwin Diaz.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Up now for Washington, Drew Millis. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a groundout. The 0-1.
Ball, that's off the plate.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Here's a 1-2. Way inside. Swing and a miss. Edwin Diaz the strikeout.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Swings through that.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
The 0-2. Swings and misses. Down to the last out for the Nationals.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe trying to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Foul ball. The Dodgers trying to close out a 3-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Outside low, and the count is 1-1. Foul ball there. The Nats down to their final strike. Inside, almost got him. The Dodgers leading by 3 here in the last half of inning number 9.
3.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
6-3 our final score. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.